Okay, guys, let's go over a review over the trinomials that we've been dealing with the last couple days and how to factor them using our technology and our calculator. So remember, if I start out with something like this, 6x squared minus 7x minus 5, I need to get rid of this part in order to get x squared alone. So I'm going to take this and join it with this number by multiplying. So if I look at this, 6 times negative 5 is going to be negative 30. Now, in the beginning, I'm going to bring down the x squared as just x squared and then minus 7x. Now, at this point, I can assume that there is a 1 in front of the x squared. So that means a is 1, b is negative 7, and c is negative 30. And then we're going to use menu 331. So I'm going to see if I can do this and get my calculator on the screen here. So on my calculator, I'm going to do menu 331. Remember, we tab to get to OK on this one. And I get to my A, B, and C. So back to what we were doing. I know it's going to be 1, negative 7, and negative 30. So 1, negative 7, go down to OK, and I get negative 3 and 10. That's my set. So on this screen, I have negative 3 and 10. Now remember, when I'm talking about factoring, which is the focus of this, that's when I have to take these pieces and do the opposites. So if it's negative 3, it's going to be positive 3 with an x in the front. This is positive 10, it's going to be minus 10. Now, at the very beginning, I multiplied by 6. So now I'm going to divide by it. Now, do remember these two pieces right here, we do need to make sure that we reduce. So we're going to use that control divide on our calculator to get our fraction. So in this one, 3 over 6 is going to reduce down to 1/2. 10 over 6 is going to reduce down to 5 over 3. Now remember, if we have fractions here that are reduced, there's nothing left we can do after the reducing. I'm going to take the denominators and move them in the front. So it's going to be 2x plus 1 and 3x minus 5. Okay, and that's going to be your final answer. Now again, remember, you can go through and use the box method on this and double check that you've got the right answer. Okay, let's try one more. So on this one, I have 12x squared minus 43x plus 10. So because I have a number other than 1 in front of the x squared, I'm going to take this and put them together and multiply them. So 12 times positive 10 is positive 120. And then I'm going to bring down x squared is just x squared, and then the minus 43x. So now I assume that there's a 1 in front of my x squared. So A is 1, B is negative 43, and C is 120. And I'm going to use menu 331. Okay, let's see if I can do this in my calculator now. Okay, so menu 331. Tab down to OK in the first screen. It's going to be 1, negative 43, and positive 120. So my set is going to be 3 and 40. Okay, so remember, if I'm using this and I am factoring, I have to do the opposite. So if that's positive 3, it's going to become minus 3. It's positive 40, it's going to be minus 40. Now at the very beginning, I multiplied by 12. So now I'm going to divide by 12. Now do remember, we need to make sure that on those two pieces that we reduce. So I'm going to go through and reduce mine. So 3 over 12 reduces down to 1/4. And this 40 over 12 reduces down to 10 over 3. Now remember, once we reduce, if there's still fractions, we're going to take the denominators and pull them in front. So 4x minus 1 and then 3x minus 10. Okay, go over the things from your notes, and this will be our focus for our warm-up tomorrow.